Hi guys, from Pax Europiana here from this very beautiful place I'm sitting like an ancient Byzantinian Roman here in this amazing castle. You see, maybe the acoustic is also, you can hear it. It's amazing. This is one of the best preserved antique colosseums or amphitheaters or theaters with a lake view. And this is the situation here in Ohrid. It's amazing, isn't it? I love it. Look how wonderful, in what kind of amazing condition it is here still. After whatever, 2000 years or I don't know when it was built exactly, but it's quite impressive. And here, the ancient Romans, they really knew what they were doing. They were building this theater, protected from the wind, I read in the explanation, and with a sea view, with perfect acoustics. Here is the restaurant Gladiator. And it's quite amazing. And here there are summer festivals, I read. And that's quite amazing. I really like it. And I can here now make my Ohrid declaration number 2. And I will do that here. And I will let you know that I want that this country joins the European Union in 2024. And it's utterly unacceptable if we further delay a country which is already since 2005 EU candidate country. And it has done all these reforms and they were difficult enough. And it's a very advanced country economically, in all these governance issues from cadastre to land and to all the other things I know. And I can assure you it's really very advanced and it's ready for the European Union. We have done the Brezhnev Agreement, we have done the NATO membership, the PRESPA peace, the reforms of the rule of law. What else needs to be done? Can anybody answer this question to me on a serious manner? I think it's impossible to, and certainly some things can be improved, yeah, like clean this up. And that's what we do in the EU. And restore the cultural artifacts, that's what we do. Look at Croatia, every single of the ancient sites of Rome and of the Habsburg Empire is now renovated. Same will be in Macedonia. Macedonia was together with Croatia and Albania in the George Bush White House meeting 2004. And it was not included due to the Greeks, and then we lost a decade, and I call now to recover the decade. We have these 3 countries, North Macedonia, Albania and Montenegro, and I want them in the European Union. And I want that seriously, and I ask every pro-European, if you're a serious pro-European and you don't, this blah blah of these people who say Western Balkan in the European Union in an undetermined future as a amorph mass, it's not good enough. We have to reward good performance. Montenegro, Macedonia, Albania are in NATO. They are compliant to the foreign policy. They want to be in the political union. They have issues, we can fix them, we can help them, so let's take them in. Kosovo and Bosnia are on the way to NATO, they should join, they should be a candidate country, fine. Serbia must be frozen because it's against NATO, it's against EU common foreign policy, it's allied with Russia and China in most terms, at least Mr. Vucic personally, and so it cannot join, and that should be also the policy. Because the Western Balkans, like the Western Balkans, all 6 the same, it's not ex-Yugoslavia anymore. They have made their strategic policy choices and we should respect them. Some of them have made good ones, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Albania, so let's take them in. And then we can individually see how Bosnia is ready for NATO EU candidate. I say yes. Kosovo is absolutely ready for both. Absolutely yes. Serbia is absolutely not ready for none of it. Actually, it should be frozen, the candidate status. And that's the clarity we need. And that's what I want from European politicians. And the timeline is also very clear. Because when I say somebody, I support you, but I will give you some money, but only in 100 years, what's the time value of that promise? Yeah? I mean, to support the country, theoretically you can join the European Union in the 2040s, 50s, or maybe after I'm dead. I mean, what kind of timeline this is, what kind of promise, what kind of friendship that is, yeah? It's worthless, it's meaningless, yeah? It's utterly unhelpful. I want that all pro-Europeans say very clearly 2024. I mean, we can wait until the next Roman Empire is able to build such things at the civilizational situation of 2000 years ago. They were able to do it, and we are not able to get the minimum done. We have not a highway until here. This is the ancient highway of the antiquity between Rome and Constantinople, from Durrës it's a corridor 8. I can remember when I was a student leader of EDS in the 90s, in 96, 98, I was then on many of the seminars from EDU back then and EPP and EU and in Parliament when I worked later. It was like this, the corridor 8, that is going to be. I mean, in 2014, Merkel promised the Adriatic corridor, the corridor 8, all these things, yeah. And so little things have progressed there. And that's the EU for you, the current one. We have to be a bit better. And so I'm lost patience and I make these videos. I make these declarations at amazing places. In Durrës, you might remember in the summer. And now I make it here. And I make it in Ohrid, in this amphitheater. This proof of civilization of our ancient forefathers, the Roman Empire, 2000 years ago. On a civilizatory level of that period, they could do highways. Okay, they were looking differently. There was no cars on them, but they could move troops very well between Durrës and Constantinople and Thessaloniki. We cannot, And yeah, what can I say? I mean, I made the tweets that we had this railway connection to Pristina in the First World War, and also to here. We were much better connected 100 years ago. So I think this tragedy and this kind of Greek opera has to end, and we need to be serious. Serious with our friends and clear to the ones who are less friendly to us. Yeah? We are not a joke. In a sense, my friends from the European Union. We are serious, yeah. I mean, the ones I know at least, and who probably watch this video. I mean, if you're serious, then we do the thing seriously, yeah. Not like Kurz, who claims to be a friend of the Balkan. Oh, my Balkan, like a handicapped child. I love you, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I do nothing for you. I vote every day against you and I block you and I delay you. But I come and then I celebrate with you and get an order from Mr. Vucic, who is the asset of Russia and China. I mean, this is not serious. And we cannot go on like this. We must be serious. Yeah? And when we are serious, then we say, okay, this is the EU. Let's take it in. And let's take it in 2024. And to the argument that this is impossible, don't get me started. Yeah? Because I know exactly how difficult the situation was with Romania and Bulgaria back then. I was working intensively in both countries in the 90s as a student leader and then in the parliament. Yeah? It was very difficult, but we did it. It was entirely possible to get them in. And it was very beneficial because in the Kosovo War and the whole confrontation with Georgia and now with Ukraine, with Russia in Georgia and in Ukraine, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. And Serbia is blocked from the Black Sea and from Russia, very good. It was all absolutely good. And that there was some socialist backslashes and some authoritarian guys, and this Boris and, the problems of the socialists in Romania. Okay, yeah. Why you guys didn't take better care of the situation? Let it lapse the pressure of reform inside. Yeah? That was not good. But you cannot punish the Macedonians or the Montenegrinians or the Albanians for your own failure of the Merkel time, not to reform Romania and Bulgaria intensively enough. I mean, that's not the responsibility of the Albanians, Montenegrinians, or North Macedonians. They've done actually quite tremendous reforms. More is ongoing. More is required, but it's already quite good. And here in Ohrid, I can just say, let's get going. We have no time to waste. The Russian military is mobilizing in Ukraine, so we should get more unity. That will impress Russia. We should especially do it here in the Balkans, in this very important area where instability is, of course, very toxic, and stability is NATO and progress is EU, and let's get it done. And then we can also Kosovo and Bosnia, EU candidate status, and of course EU potential candidate status of Ukraine, Moldova and Georgia. And no, Russia has no veto on our decisions to my best knowledge. And that's very good so. If they want a war, we will have to call in the Americans to defend us, and we will also defend ourselves, and Ukraine will defend itself. and the consequences might be very tragic, but it's then the choice of the Russians to start the war. It's not our provocation, the video I made now. It's the ones who answers, who orders the book to be shot, who is responsible. Of course, you know, you can blame everybody, but the truth is, it's the one who orders his soldiers to march who is responsible for war. And this is the Russian side. And we will have the military assets to defend ourselves in case that's required. And it will not stop anyhow. The more aggressive Russia is, the faster actually all this unity of Eastern Europe inside NATO and EU will happen. And they don't learn from the past. But no matter what will be the confrontation level now in the beginning of 2022, it's absolutely necessary that we are not distracted from the homework we have to do here in the Balkans. No matter how terrible the situation in Ukraine is, and I hope for my friends that it won't be, but there will be obviously escalation, and we have not to appease then Russia and Serbia and commit to their wishes, but we have to make sure that Macedonia, Montenegro and Albania are in the European Union in 2024. And my friends from Macedonia and Albania, as I have made many videos now, please adopt the Euro unilaterally, and also in Bosnia, to show that you are also ready and that you are committed, that we will have not such a disaster like with Hungary and with Poland when they don't want then later to join the Eurozone and all these things. It's ridiculous. It's much better, much faster, much better prosperity inside, and that's obviously necessary. Good. And that's the way for more unity and for more prosperity in the European Union for all citizens and all people. And that's, I think, what we should do in this beautiful place here. And last view before the sun is now setting, tomorrow it will be raining. I give you here the view of Ohrid and this beautiful amphitheater. And bye for now. More to come. And support Macedonia and the European Union in 2024, please. Thanks a lot for listening. All the best. Bye.